this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder the Capital One bank guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also talk about how most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
You see it instantly. It's Coldwater Creek, the mark of exceptional workmanship and signature touches inspired by a Mountain West heritage. Distinctive styles created from quality fabrics, silhouettes perfected with just the right drape, feel-good fits offering ease of movement, and thoughtful details to elevate your look. Coldwater Creek's authenticity is embodied in every piece, embracing its confident spirit that carries through to today. Discover Coldwater Creek clothing, designed to fit your life the way you want. For a wardrobe you can count on season after season, visit coldwatercreek.com. Shop the new spring collection at 20% off $75 or more with code IHEART20.
Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you? Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com. Stuff You Should Know is brought to you by Visa. We all have things we like to think about. Online fraud shouldn't be one of them, because with every purchase, Visa prevents, detects, and resolves online fraud. Safe, secure, Visa.
Hi, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark, a staff writer here at HowStuffWorks.com. And with me is my fellow staff writer, Charles W. Bryant. How are you, Chuck?
I'm here, Josh. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be here with you.
I'm glad you're here too, Chuck. And I don't know if you know this or not, but as a special treat, we are trying something new here on Stuff You Should Know.
What's that?
We're actually running a language module, a recorded language module, subliminally for our listeners. So you out there in podcast land could just kick back, relax, and prepare to learn Russian without lifting a finger while Chuck and I talk about the topic of knife hunting. Do you know anything about that?
Niet.
Niet? No, good. See, it's working already. Well, let me tell you about knife hunting, Chuck, okay? Arguably, it's the fairest way to hunt, and this is based on an article I wrote, Is Knife Hunting the Fairest Way to Hunt? Which is pretty subjective, and I was a little worried about, me bringing my own opinions into it, because I don't hunt.
True, but and it's kind of an open and shut case if you ask me.
Well, maybe so. And luckily, though, there's a principle out there among hunters and wildlife managers. It's called the principle of fair chase.
Right, that there needs to be a balance between the hunter and the prey.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars. You got your ATV, you've got your really super duper camo, you've got your incredible scope.
Right, you're up in like 30 feet up in a deer stand.
Exactly. There's there's laundry detergent that removes any odor whatsoever from you.
Right.
You can put buck lure around. There's feeding stations. There's all sorts of things you can do to an unsuspecting animal to raise your advantage.
Right.
To where it's not even sport any longer. It's just blood sport or target practice with live animals, right?
Right.
Now, the principle of fair chase, as you were saying, is basically trying to strike a balance
between the deer or whatever you're hunting, I guess.
It doesn't matter what you're hunting, So, yeah, it applies across the board.
Right. And you can't give a deer a gun, so.
No, you can't. And frankly, I think that'd be a really bad idea after all we've done to them with our cars and with the hunters, right?
Don't give them cars or guns and we'll be fine.
Right. So what fairer way to hunt is there than hunting with the knife?
Right. I think that would be the only fair way to hunt. That or bare hands.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, bare hands, going toe to toe with like a bear. Dude, actually, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
The principle of fair chase should be balanced in your favor at that point. And frankly, I mean, probably all you're wearing is a loincloth, so everything's going to hurt extra bad.
Right. A soiled loincloth at that.
Oh, definitely. So do you know much about knife hunting?
Not personally from experience, but, I know you and I were talking about this a lot when you wrote the article. One thing I did want to talk about first, though, was this thing you found about internet hunting, which thankfully was shut down soon after it started. But
yeah, this is like the opposite spectrum of fair chase.
Complete opposite. This guy in Texas launched a website where you could hunt remotely from your computer, and it was literally attached to a gun. You had a camera, and you could look out on the wild range and see something, pan over to it with your mouse, click it, and the gun would fire. And lawmakers shut that down, toot sweet, thankfully.
Yeah, which is, I frankly applaud that.
Yeah, me too.
Apparently it wasn't just animal rights people, hunters as well, like sportsmen's groups were like, this has to go away, this can't be good.
Yeah, which is good to know.
Yeah, so we've got internet hunting ban. I don't think you're going to see any bans on knife hunting based on questions of fairness.
No.
And it's mostly used for wild boar.
Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, I'm no hunter, but I think that'd be kind of cool, personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're about, they get up to 750 pounds.
Yeah.
6 feet long. There was one that went around, on the internet, and I actually went on to Snopes, and it was verified. There was one that was, I think 11 feet long.
Right. What was the name of that one?
They called it like, Jurassic Pork or something like that. And so I was like, obviously this is a fake. I went on to Snopes. They're like, no, we verified it. It was part of an AP article.
Right. And was that killed with a knife?
It wasn't. It was shot with a pistol, and it turns out that it had been a family pet that was sold to this hunting preserve like 2 days before the guy shot it.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. But, so we've got knife hunting, and basically what it is you send dogs out to go run after, some hogs who hide in the brush, and they are startled. They're generally tranquil, and they're not aggressive towards humans. But if you startle them, they will run. And when they start running, you want to kind of get in between them and wherever they think they're going.
Right.
And when they get close enough, you actually push this, 700-pound boar to the ground and stab it.
And stab it to death.
And it still results in the death of an animal, but if we're talking about whether or not knife hunting's fair, then arguably it's a lot fairer than being up in that tree.
Yeah, I would say if you have the fortitude to leap from a bush on top of a 700-pound pig and stab it to death, then I'm not going to get in your way.
Right, and there was this one hunt who actually, it happened in 1976 with this guy in Florida who not only knife hunted, he used throwing knives.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'll have to forward you the link. It's pretty interesting. And while I'm forwarding to Chuck, you guys should go read Is Knife Hunting the Fairest Way to Hunt on HowStuffWorks.com. And stick around to find out what famous person celebrated her 30th birthday on July 25th, 2008, and why you should know her name right after this.
Stuff You Should Know is brought to you by Visa. We all have things to think about, like, say, what's the best site to buy a new leather jacket, or whether to buy the 3 or 6 megapixel camera. But thankfully, we don't need to think about online fraud, because for every purchase you make, Visa keeps an eye out for fraud with real-time fraud monitoring, and by making sure you're not liable for any unauthorized purchases. How's that for peace of mind? Safe, secure, Visa.
Chuck, do you know her name?
I don't know her name.
Do you want me to tell you?
I know why she's famous. Go ahead.
Good. Well, it's Louise Joy Brown from Manchester, England. You want to tell the people about her?
Yes, I believe she was the first person conceived in vitro, which is Latin for fake baby.
Is that right?
No, it's actually Latin for within the glass.
Nice. Okay. Well, more commonly, people refer to in vitro fertilization as test tube baby making.
Within the glass.
Yeah. So if you want to know all about that, all you have to do is type in how in vitro fertilization works on HowStuffWorks.com, and presto, you'll be informed.
Happy birthday.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit HowStuffWorks.com. Let us know what you think. Send an email to podcast@HowStuffWorks.com. Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you?
You see it instantly. It's Coldwater Creek, the mark of exceptional workmanship and signature touches inspired by a Mountain West heritage. Distinctive styles created from quality fabrics, silhouettes perfected with just the right drape, feel-good fits offering ease of movement, and thoughtful details to elevate your look. For a wardrobe you can count on season after season, visit coldwatercreek.com. Shop the new spring collection at 20% off $75 or more with code IHEART20.
If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge. From worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.